Did a 2023 government report prove that millions of children who were vaccinated with the Pfizer mRNA COVID-19 vaccine developed a condition known as vaccine-acquired immune deficiency, or VAIDS? No, that's not true. There was no government report. A site with a rich history of spreading false statements distorted a genuine Australian study. In response to the claim, the research study's authors released a statement saying, "Any suggestion that our exploratory study implies that COVID-19 vaccines cause a harmful suppression of children's immune system is a naive and misguided oversimplification of our findings." Also, a microbiologist not affiliated with the study analyzed it at the request of lead stories and confirmed that VAIDS is not a genuine condition, and the study in question made no mention of the fictitious disease. The claim originated in a post published by The People's Voice in a September 2, 2023, article, titled, "Govit Admit, Millions of Children Now Have VAIDS, Media Blackout." An introduction to the article read, quote, "Millions of children around the world vaccinated with Pfizer's mRNA COVID vaccine have developed vaccine-acquired immune deficiency, or VAIDS, according to a bombshell government report. According to a study conducted by Australian researchers published last week in the peer-reviewed journal Frontiers, titled, "Beyond 162b2 COVID-19 vaccination in children alters cytokine responses to heterologous pathogens and toll-like receptor agonists," scientists tested the cytokine responses of 29 children aged 5 to 11 before their first dose of Pfizer-BioNTech's jab and 28 days after their second dose. End quote. Below is how the post appeared at the time of writing. Source: The People's Voice. Screenshot taken Monday, September 4, 1946. 002023 UTC. The People's Voice article largely relied on a study, not a government report, whose findings were distorted to argue that COVID vaccines result in a decrease in immune response, described as the fictitious disease VAIDS. The study determined that some laboratory tests of blood samples, in vitro, taken from 29 children who were vaccinated against COVID showed a cytokine response, or changes to certain molecules following immunization. The study authors confirmed the findings were misreported in response to an inquiry from Lead Stories, Murdoch Children's Research Institute, the study's hosting institution, referred us to a statement published by study authors Professor Nigel Curtis, Dr. Nicole Messina and Dr. Andres Noé on September 6, 2023. Quote, "It has been brought to our attention that our recently published study is being misinterpreted and misused to claim that COVID-19 vaccines are dangerous. Our research does not provide any evidence to suggest that COVID-19 vaccines are harmful to the immune system of children or adults. In particular, it is incorrect to suggest that our study results show that COVID-19 vaccines suppress the immune system. In blood taken from children 1 and 6 months after mRNA COVID-19 vaccination, in laboratory experiments, we observed changes in cytokine production by immune cells in response to challenge with various pathogens. These cytokine responses are only one facet of the body's combined immune response, and we do not know how long they last. We did not investigate the clinical consequence of these changes, which could just as easily be beneficial, e.g., by reducing harmful inflammation, as undesirable. We have found similar changes in the immune response after BCG vaccination in infants, in whom BCG vaccination is associated with generalized protection against infectious diseases and eczema in high-risk settings. Any suggestion that our exploratory study implies that COVID-19 vaccines cause a harmful suppression of children's immune system is a naive and misguided oversimplification of our findings, and ignores other studies that do not support this concept." End quote. The study tested cytokine response in 29 in vitro blood samples. Stanley Perlman, a professor of microbiology and immunology at the University of Iowa Carver College of Medicine, studies the development of coronavirus infections, including SARS-CoV-2. He was not involved in the study above and confirmed to Lead Stories that the article was a misrepresentation of the study findings. The article inappropriately draws a conclusion from the data, far beyond what the authors conclude. There is no evidence of immunodeficiency after vaccination or that these frontier results indicate that immunodeficiency should or does occur. In addition, other possible confounding factors are not considered in the frontier study article. Perlman told lead stories in an email received on September 6, 2023. Published on August 25, 2023. In the peer-reviewed journal Frontiers, the study authors concluded that, quote,